Let's go. What is going on, guys? Good freaking morning. Hope you're doing well and fantastic wherever you guys are. What is up? Sorry, I had to take a phone call and it was running a little longer than I was anticipating. So, my bad. What is up, guys? Hope you're all doing well. What's up? And good morning to everyone in chat. You know, Pelishminer came in here with the first. Then the pirate. What is going on, fellas? And Sadie coming in with the FAs and the good morning. And don't forget, guys, hit the like button, subscribe button, that bell notification. See you anytime that we go live here. We would greatly appreciate that. Good morning, Crypto Crab, Crypto Shark. We got him automatic beats. What is going on? Techman, Interwebbers, and Backwards Miner. What is up? Almost killed your Epic server. Never mess with a fan header while it's on. Oof. Yeah, things get hot real quick. That is facts. What is up? I brought extra fans and never installed them on my KSO. Nice. Gundy is driving and listening. I appreciate you, Gundy. Thank you for tuning in. You demand. Enjoy your drive. Good crew up in here. Yeah, we got a good crew up in here this morning. Hope you've all had a fantastic weekend. If there are any mothers out here, I hope you had a fantastic Mother Day. And hope anyone that has a mother, wish them a happy Mother's Day. What is going on? Backwards Miner. We still have not got a chance to install our fans on the new, like on the Bc250 rig, the J Crane fans like kit. Have not got a chance to do that. It has been raining here, and then like at first I was trying to get some yard work done before it started raining nonstop, and now we're raining nonstop, so I just don't have a chance to get out of the outside to drill out all of my my rivet holes. So soon as I can get that done, I will be upgrading to the 120mm fans. But right now, the well house is just a screaming, quite literally. If you walk inside there, I think it's currently like 98 decibels. I mean, I give the well house credit, because as soon as you close the door, it's like, you know, it's a thick outdoor door, and as soon as you close the door, you almost can't hear it. All you hear mainly is the like exhaust fan, which is cranked up to like 10. The filter box and it dropped temps 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Nice. Yep, as soon as the plan right now, so I've been torn between just building a lean-to onto my existing shed and make that into like a wind tunnel for just my rigs, or the easiest and cheaper route is just to cut the hole at the bottom, at the base of the well house, and let air in right there, adding a filter in there and calling it good. That is the current plan. Have I done it? No. It's been raining, and yeah, things have been a little tight. So yeah, just to say the least. Yeah, 98 decibels, man. It's super loud. I'm just surprised that like shutting the door to the well house made it like quiet. It's pretty wild. Boom, boom. The 5-volt nocturnal USB fan. Yeah, I don't even have a USB fan on my KSO Pro. I have like just a regular PC case fan. It's actually, there's a rig. There's a computer like right below it, and I just have a jumper off of that, and it's just sitting right on top of that. Now that computer gets turned off for any reason, the fan gets turned off, so that's kind of a bummer. But it's not even like a good fan. It's kind of a crappy fan. Our boy Pellish sent us some fans, and I'm actually just gonna upgrade that fan to one of those fans. Thoughts on a Larissa node? I was gonna do it, but man, I have a bad taste in my mouth from ETCMC. I'm still running my ETCMC. I barely broke even, but I wish I'd jumped in way sooner. I could have made a lot more money. If you jump in fast enough, yes, but paying for a node is kind of stupid. To say it like, that kind of defeats the purpose. You know what I mean? Like, a node should be able to be ran by anyone on the network that wants to support the network. You shouldn't have to pay to get a license to run a node. Like, I don't agree with that model. I didn't quite agree with it when I did it for ETCMC, but everyone was making like super sweet profits, and then right after I got into it, it was not such super sweet profits. Like I said, I was lucky enough that I made out and broke, like barely broke even. But there was no like nothing really. Like, I keep mine on, and at this point I just see it as another way that I'm earning ETC at this point. I just convert my ETCMC to ETC the moment that I get it. Whatever the price is, I'm personally not looking at the price because it's dog crap and it's not sustainable. And I don't agree with what they're doing now. They're like, oh, now you can stake your ETCMC. They're trying to incentivize people to stop selling it and to hold it. And I don't think it's going to work, personally. The Mick Hammer, yeah. Yeah, I got the Mick Hammer drop down on me. That's for sure. But I don't know if... I just don't agree with the model of paying for a node. Paying for a license to run a node when... that defeats the purpose of running a node. It should be accessible to all. The only thing that should hinder you from running a node is the hardware, in my opinion. But if you can get in early enough, I mean, do you, I guess? Not financial advice, but that's my opinion. That's my personal opinion. I don't know nothing about nothings. Did you look into a LoRaWAN camera yet? I couldn't find any LoRaWAN cameras. I tried. And I tried to see if there was any accepted, like, from Chirp, and see if they had them, but I couldn't find one either. Cash, oh, what up, bro? What up, my dude? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Doing well here. It's been super rainy, hindering me from doing the things that I need to do outside. But here we are. So, without too much further ado, let's dig into today's topics as soon as I can make sure I am on the right network here. Yeah, if you like go to like Amazon and look up a LoRaWAN camera, a lot of them are like Pi style cameras. or a camera with a hat to a Pi to produce the LoRaWAN signal. So most likely that would be the way it would have to run. You would have to build it. There's that. Fly unregistered node. Oh, fry. Yeah, I know Fry does unregistered nodes. A lot of people run Fry as like a secondary node as on top of their other miners. I've never messed with it. But yeah, I do know a lot of people that do run them, and they just run them as like a secondary, like on top of their helium miners or things like that. And for whatever reason, cannot connect to. Oh, it's because it's not running. That would stop that. What's up, Gene? Good morning. Sorry, I'm trying to get my... Yes, I know. Thank you. Close the window. Boom, boom. There we go. So currently, we're going to go over the Bc250's. Kind of show you what I'm mining at the moment right now. Okay, so Pro 340 gigahashes, 120 millimeter Arctic P12 max fan, good temp. Very nice. Yeah, I think the one Peller sent me is that exact thing. That is correct. It is, in fact, said fan. So, film shorts, yeah. This is exactly the fan. And this is the fan that I was probably going to go ahead and put on it. The RGB, you know, whatever. But the only thing is it takes, you know, USB, and this is not USB. But I think you can buy like a cord. I think you can. Right? Thought I could make one. I suppose. Pretty good for the price. I know there's better fans, but you can't beat price for performance. I agree. I agree. Arctic fans are great. That's what I mainly run as Arctic fans. They're great. They're a good price point. I agree, he's a pirate. What up, Bearded Cryptic? Yeah, so right now we got 12, of course, Bc250's. The current reigning top profitability is currently Ironfish, and it looks like that's because of the wattage. You'll be pulling 804 watts. Warthog has actually dropped way down the list. Still, it's technically profitable, like the most revenue, but after electricity costs, it is not the most profitable. I'm currently not doing that. So here's my Hive, and as you can see, we're mining Warthog and Ironfish. So no matter what, I've tried changing around the like even in MMPOS, you can see we're mining Ironfish and Warthog. So we're getting about depends on the miner. it seems like I get better hash rate on MMPOS. Like I'm getting some that get 150, some that don't, some only get 145. On Hive, we pretty much never see anything over 145. You know, there's like a 146, but that's definitely not a consistent 146. Got a 148, 143. But currently, so you're getting 863 mega hashes, 863.3 there. The dashboard shows us, right? Yep. 894.4 plus 894.4. So we're getting about 1.757 giga hashes. So what I've been doing with this is, since I'm dual mining, and I tried it for I tried Team Red Miner and it won't initialize. I tried. It says that it supports it, but it will not initialize. I tried. It says they do. It's a pirate, but they are definitely not working. It doesn't work for me, at least. And that's on Hive. Yeah, I tried, man. I tried. So currently, here's the hash rate, 1757. And now, what I like best is we're pulling probably about 1900 watts, right, in total. I believe you. It's okay, man. Yeah, it wasn't working in Hive. I didn't try it in MMPOS because it was the same version, so I just figured it's not going to work there either. But it is what it is. And then Ironfish, we got 280. Oh. 283.6 and really 137. So we're getting a lesser hash rate. Definitely getting a lesser hash rate there. Oh, plus 137. So 421 on Ironfish. I hate how small these things are. This is so hard to read. $21.36. 421.36. There we go. Calculate. So, regardless what the calculator says, the original calculator, putting in 12 of them, I'm definitely making more than the calculator states, right? So currently my revenue is about $7.36, but my profit after that is $4.17. So much better than their GPU calculator that states we only earn 12. There we go. Right there. See, so it's saying that we're not making anywhere near $7 a day in revenue. Of course, this is like, I don't know why it does this. So there you go. It's a cheat. And Zill staking. Wart's good price, but I like Nano plus Zill. Right. I have a 3070 Ti. But yeah, so I say that is a huge win compared to what they say. So if you're running these, yeah, there is definitely a good amount of money to still be on the table that if you're just following the basic calculator, you're leaving on the table. Just saying. Not financial advice, not telling you what to do, but I mean, the numbers add up, right? And pretty much for the ironfish hash rate, we're not adding much more wattage, if anything. You know, you're only going to pull down 2,000-ish watts total with the machine. So if you're already pulling that amount and you can split your hash rate decent enough like this, I call that a win. Now, granted, the only coin that I am holding out of these two would be Warthog. The Ironfish, I am on unminable, and I have, since there's 12 workers, I have 6 of them on unminable mining for BTC, and the other 6 are on unminable mining for Jupiter, because those are the 2 things that I'm mining currently, like mining for. The reason why I'm mining for Jupiter is because it has good enough price fluctuations that I am a bit more profitable because I'm just paying attention to the market. When Jupiter releases something good, some good news, I sell it for wrapped Bitcoin on Solana, so that way I'm holding Bitcoin, even though it is on Solana. It's still wormhole Bitcoin. I shouldn't say wrapped. It is Bitcoin wormhole. And that is my current standpoint of what I'm doing with the Bc250 and how I'm kind of leveraging the hash rate. RTX 3000 old cards need 5900. I don't need no 590. That's wild. Or 5090, 590, 5090. Also, POW main dev is getting a Bc250 in person. He said I have a special project for it. I'm ready to hear about that. Are they posting this in Discord? I don't know that I'm in their Discord. Yeah, I don't know that I'm in their Discord. I lied. I see it. Psych. Definitely in their Discord. Yeah. No, I just talked to him a lot. Oh, well, there you go then. All right. Well, then maybe you should tell me what the special project is. In private. I personally am going to end up running them all on POW. It's way cheaper. Do you mine any CPU coins? No, I do not. I am not a CPU miner. I will once I know. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, I am not a CPU miner. I tried mining Varus with the Bc250's because apparently it does pretty good. But right now I'm dual mining on the GPU, so I don't know that I will mine on the CPU as well. I don't know that that would be smart. I don't know if it would lock it up, since a lot of the process and heat load is being produced by the GPU. I don't know that it'd be smart right now. I learned my lesson. We'll never tell a YouTuber what coin I'm spec mining. Yeah. These are facts. Depending on the YouTuber. That's for certain. Orange Pi 5 Pro, not worth the extra money compared to the Orange Pi 5. Really? So the same performance via the Pro as it is just the base model? I don't spec mine. That's a bummer. Pro has DDR5, but it's still the same chip though, right? I mean, if it's still the same base chip, then it would make sense if it's like if it's not available. Same CPU. Oh yeah, or not same. Sorry, I'm reading not available. I was looking at my other computer. My work computer just disconnected, and I'm trying, and it was like not available. And as I read it, I said it. I don't know if anybody else does that, but it happens to me all the time. Hashtag solo gang for sure. I was solo mining Warthog, but solo mining it on Wooly Pulley was not as successful as one would believe. And I think that would be because it's 12 different workers, right? So if you go look on calculators and you put in your hash rate, it's kind of basing that upon one worker at that hash rate. When you have 12 different workers, I don't know that would be the case, right? It's because they're only producing, they're all submitting different shares at different times. Ping time also, yeah. So even naming them the same worker name would help, but then you would fight the situation of the ping times. I ended up running my own node for Warthog, but I'm not solo mining at this moment. I'm not sure if it's worth solo mining. I mine CPU, you mine Zephyr. GPU, you're mining Nirmata. Never heard Nirmata. Like with GPUs, that's what you're mining? My work server went down. All right, 1 second. Interesting. Weird. I don't know. I don't know what just happened. Hypera, 2 rigs, some iron, but currently only have 25 to 30 GPUs up. Nice. Yeah, this is probably the most workers I've had in a while. And it's only because of the Bc250 rig. It's because it's 12 individual workers. But I also have 1 rig that's still not online. Just because I don't have it's just too hot in there. And that AMD rig gets toasty. But I do know I still have this on. For the semi-remainder of the show, I do want to say proof of work tokens, guys. What is everyone's first take of what a proof of work token is? I still haven't bought an E100. Tech man, you should do it. It's worth it. I'm not saying that because I am partnered with Osprey, but I love my E100. I'm waiting on the finalized quote for my second E100 right now. But that is a VU9P E100, not the VU33P, not the oval bore edition that's currently being sold. A2000s, 2 CMP cards, yeah. I have a 3060. It's an 8 card rig and it has 4 3060s, which is the 12 gigabyte versions, and then I have 4 A2000s in that same case. That is the only other rig that I have running right now. The rest are FPGAs and or an ASIC or the Bc250's. It's telling me it's offline, but I can currently see that it's online, so I don't know what's going on. The H4. Oh my gosh, I can't see. And Gram would be a proof of work token. That is a proof of work token. It is a token that is built on TON. There's also OR, which we've talked about on the channel before, which is a proof of work token on Solana. And now we have another token that is it's called Mine, which short for mineral, and it is a proof of work token on SWI. The SUI, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Sway. So now you can mine a token on there, and here's my 2 cents. Also, we have Radiant, which I know is a power you don't like Radiant. I know that very aware. But for the aspect of apparently they're releasing proof of work. If you have a token. If you build a token on their protocol, there'll be a proof of work token, which is really great, in my opinion, because it introduces a fair launch distribution for tokens, right? Because right now, you know, people are just airdropping tokens. It's people just buying liquidity of tokens, and this stops that and gives a fair distribution. Now, on the flip side, it does not necessarily help a network, right? That is the difference in like proof of work chains. When you're a proof of work chain, you're providing security, providing transaction throughput. Now, when you're running these tokens, you are not doing the same function. It is not producing valid, shares, or it is, but it's not doing the same like mechanism. So I still teeter on the line if it's still proof of work, but you're still burning electricity for the reward of token. So it is proof of work, right? It's kind of that's how I battle that one. But I do find it very interesting, personally. And I'm looking forward to proof of work tokens. As being in DeFi, I enjoy the aspect of that, of a fair launch mechanism into tokens when tokenomics are a huge issue, right? Because anyone with a bigger wallet can buy more tokens than you. But when you get into you have to provide work to get the tokens, it increases the incentivization of buying the tokens because the liquidity is less, and the liquidity doesn't come out as fast. I think like OR is 1 OR every minute. So after like 21 years, you would have the same, or after 12 years, you would have the same amount of ORs you would Bitcoin. It's an infinite amount of supply of OR, but it is 1 OR per minute forever. right? So it's just interesting. It's the tokenomics, Sapphire. That is the main point, I think, of a proof of work token. Tokenomics, fair distribution. The same thing comes into apply though. If the fair distribution, was there a pre-mine? That's the thing. Or didn't have a pre-mine. I don't know if Graham did, or if Mine or Mineral does. I do not know that. It's kind of harder to look that up, other than you would see the creator would have majority supply. It's just a different aspect. It's different, right? Utilizing the same technology, but providing a different service. Kind of how I'm looking at it. Oops, wrong one. Sorry, I'm trying to work at the same time. Oh, nope. They're all down. No, not all down. And box. Oh, and box. The worst designed boxes. Terrible airflow. What do you think about Pyron? I mean, they're not really doing much. They're a fork of Caspa, but they did change the algorithm and have forked since then, right? So I mean, they are working on things, but I don't see them doing. I haven't heard them doing anything else currently, other than like what they're doing right this very moment. Let's see. Oh, and box. Yeah, my server's down. Well. It's gonna make for a long day. Storms. I do want to show. I say I want to show. I'll show this part though. Yeah, see? So here is Mineral. I do not condone anything that I am doing at all. At a barber. I usually, to be honest, I didn't trim it for a very long time, up until when I got my hair cut off because I used to have long hair. I don't know if anybody knew that. Most of you did, but I had very long hair. I no longer have said long hair. It is now all gone. But when I did that, I trimmed up my beard. And I am due again, that's for sure. But normally I just kind of trim it up at home. No shape whatsoever. I just Grizzly Adams beard it. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is mineral.supply. So I started this account with one SWE, which is a very little amount of money. I think it's like 50 to 60 cents. No, it's less than $1. And then put it into here. I've been mining it. I mined a total of 3.24 after I've been kind of selling it. SWE. I did buy mine with one. I bought like 0.084 with one SWE. And that is mainly because of the price swings, right? So, like I said, not financial advice, but if you're getting in down here, I mean, if you were lucky enough, you could have bought down here at a $3 range and sold at a $29 range for a really good profit. But I've just been kind of mining, waiting for a high chance, selling it, rinse and repeat. I did buy some, of course, like I said, down here, like the $6 range. So like I'm up, but I would like to be like up. Not condoning this. This is not financial advice at all, but here we are. Nonetheless, right? Long hair on top and shaved on the sides. I mean, that's kind of what I ended up doing. I just pulled mine back. It's just not managed this morning, but it's short here. There's not much hair here compared to the hair that's over here. Don't you have an open field? Yes, I do have an open field. Geothermal cooling, I know. Geothermal cooling. I like Radiant too. Radiant's cool. I do like Radiant. I do not like all the hash rate on one pull, but it's not an FPGA farm. I promise. I know this for a fact. I told Panda, but Panda doesn't listen to me. But, yeah, I like Radiant. I would like if they continue to do more development, which it seems like they are. Soon you'll be able to build NFTs and tokens, smart contracts, things like that. So that will be more helpful for the chain. We'll see. But I like them if they continue building. I used to like Caspa a lot until they stopped doing what they were supposed to do. Now I don't care for them as much, but they're okay. I just like development. If that means that, you know, I just like to see people developing. Anybody can make a coin, anybody can make a token, but I would just really like to see people doing something, personally. It means more to me if your project's doing something than just focused on creating value for themselves or their people. A value is not I don't know the best way to put it. Value is not a product. That'd be the best way to put that. Price is not a product. Was my play after cast went ASIC? Yeah. Heard that. And it's not even the fact of a coin going ASIC, right? It's the natural like progression of something. In my opinion, right? It is a natural progression. You have CPUs. From CPUs, you go to GPUs. From GPUs, you go to FPGAs. And before you get ASICs, you have to have an FPGA to make an ASIC. That is just the way that works. And at that point, it makes it more difficult, right? Because you have to be able to have enough throughput in the network to deal with it. As sad as it is, Ethereum was a great example and was like the perfect trifecta back in the day. Not anymore. You could effectively mine with GPUs, ASICs, and FPGAs, and all were very profitable. Of course, the ASICs were way more profitable, but GPUs weren't unprofitable, right? They were all providing work on a different playing field, on different epochs. So it was more balanced out. I wish projects would do that now. ASICs on Radiant? Yes, ASICs definitely on Radiant. For sure. 100%. 110%. But like it's like the natural progression, right? So I don't know, man. It's that fine line, and I wish other projects would figure out how to do that or implement that, like the different epoch levels. Yeah, the developer confirmed it. 100%. It's not an FPGA farm. Promise you there's not enough FPGA chips in the world that can mine to do the hash rate that was being spread between multiple pools on Radiant, as well as the Alphium hash rate that like jumped like crazy. There's just not enough FPGA chips. It's just not. It's not like an ASIC. They're not out creating FPGA chips to mine with. Like, it's not how that works. FPGAs are a byproduct of another industry that eventually you get lucky enough to acquire. Any FPGAs that are out right now are on much older technology than people think they are. A VU35P is like a 5 to 6 year old chip. Like, it's nothing new. A Bcu1525 is on a 10 to 13 year old chip. Like, they're not new by any means. They are far from new. And they require a lot of work to get bit streams developed for FPGAs. No. Not entirely true. There is a pirate. Not from networking cards. Negative. No, you're good, Zapirate. It's what I've always been preaching. But, you know, I am apparently not as influential enough for people to listen. I've been working with FPGAs for probably 3 to 4 years at this point. Not saying that I know everything, but I definitely know some things, right? Definitely. Now I'm looking at developers. They do a lot of things. A lot of it's copy and paste. They do things, but they definitely do sell 80 to 90% of the coins, and then they end up exiting. It's factual. Not always factual, but pretty close. Depends on what kind of developer you're talking about. That's right, Nick K. $3K for mining equipment. FPGAs are a extremely long game. All of the FPGAs I have owned or own, I have had for multiple years. I do not intend on selling them. It is a completely different mining strategy. It is not, you do not follow the same rules as you would with the GPU. Like, you just don't. The world is different. Yes, the price of them is high. I never look at an ROI on an FPGA. Just because it makes it very hard to swallow the cost up front sometimes. But buying them secondhand is always a better play, but a riskier play, because you never know how abused the person before you did, abused it. I've had some Bc250's that were looked great, ran for a week, because they were just ran hard and put up wet. And then I've seen other BCUs that have been alive their entire time. So it's definitely the user pushing the equipment, keeping them in correct conditions. They do not like to get hot. But yeah, they are definitely a long-term play. Think of them more into the ASIC gameplay, right? When you buy an ASIC, you usually think it's a long-term play. It's not a short-term gain. You're paying more because you're going to be holding the hardware for a longer period of time. The reason why I like FPGAs is the flexibility. They're very flexible. I'm not always limited to certain things. But the FPGA world is definitely not the same as an FPGA, or not GPUs or ASICs, right? It is definitely more secretive and can be a bit more toxic at times. That's for sure. But I enjoy it. I took classes for FPGAs in Boulder, Colorado. I have a different viewpoint. I'm not everybody. But bear markets are always a great time to buy FPGAs. I have picked up Bc250's for $300 to $400 before. I have not seen that price in a very long time, but I've definitely done it multiple times. Can you find them for that now? No. They're $800-900. If you're lucky, you're paying less than $1,000. That is why I support you. But I am also different. Heard that, man. Exactly. With ASICs, you can't. With FPGAs, you can still move on to different projects. ASICs, it's much harder. I usually don't go for have a USB? No, it does not have a USB. I don't go for most like altcoin ASICs. I'm not a big altcoin ASIC person because at any given moment, an altcoin can pivot and make your thing a brick, or a bigger machine comes out and makes your thing way less profitable and you never hit an ROI. I own a Bitcoin ASIC, and that's really all the ASICs that I wanted to buy. I do own like KSO Pro. Never bought it. Won it on a giveaway. Coin Mining Central. Never would have bought it regardless. Like, had I not won it, I would have never bought it. I don't actively buy altcoin ASICs. Check Nirmata on MPS or what to mine hash rate. Would be interesting to put a hub on it and run buy one and the E100 boards. The X1 and E100 board. I don't know that I completely understand. I don't think I understand what an X1 is, or I'm just not, or I'm brain farting. iPolo X1 is not an FPGA. That is an ASIC chip, sir. Not an FPGA. iPolo doesn't make FPGAs. Bud. The one that looks like a GPU? It's just an ASIC. That's it. There's no FPGA. A lot of ASIC manufacturers use an FPGA on their control board. Xilinx. Xilinx is like the control boards. Xilinx is an FPGA company. The Xilinx chip that is on those control boards is an FPGA. But its purpose is a control board, and that is what it's made to do. The board that it is on would prevent it from doing anything else other than that, because the board controls the gates. Yeah, it runs off a USB from an Orange Pi. These are facts. But it is just because it lacks a outboard control board. That device has the control board and the chip built all into one device. But that being said, you need a operating system to control it. That's why you have to run it off an Orange Pi. It's just the Orange Pi is its control board. I have an old FPGA. It's called an AGPF, and its control board is a POW. Been sitting over there for a minute. But this is also an FPGA that was created a very long time ago. But its control board, which is right here on its main board, is a Pi 0. I think that's all this is. I've taken it off before, and you can see the Pi logo on it, but quite literally just a Pi 0 headed on a different board. iPolo X. It's not an FPGA. It's okay. What a weird name. Dick Bear. But yeah, Pis can be control boards. A Pi can be a lot of things. A Pi is almost an FPGA. an SoC chip or a ARM chip is the next best thing between a CPU and an FPGA. A FPGA can be a CPU if you program it to do so. A FPGA can be a GPU. AMD and Sapphire created something a long time ago called XGPU, and it was a FPGA that was programmed to be a GPU. Provided the same functions as a GPU. It was not as fast as a GPU because it lacked other requirements like outboard RAM and things like that. So its throughput was definitely not as effective, but it can be done. That's why the Bc250's actually had DDR3 or 4 RAM built onto the board. Did it ever need it? 100% no. Nothing they ever did with that device needed it. But it was there. Ran off of one Orange Pi. I'm pretty sure you could run on at least one per port. I would imagine. But we have been live for over an hour, guys, so please press the like button, subscribe button, that bell notification. So anytime we go live here, you don't have to do any donations, but I'd greatly appreciate those. The coin request link down below will help you, and you can send crypto donations without having to go to any kind of KYC exchange. Just copy the address and send it, and it comes straight to me. As well, you can also enter memberships, things like that. I greatly appreciate anyone that does memberships. It is not required. Super chats are not required, but they do help the channel out, and you're all out freaking standing for those that do help the channel out, because it does help me. And I appreciate those that support me. Very much so. Yeah, we'll be heading out of here. So much love, guys. I am going to skip the ad that is trying to push through. Have you tried running MMPOS on a Pi 4? I have not. They do have ARM support, so you technically could. But alright, guys, well, have a great rest of your day. Same with you, Crypto Crag. Have a great day. Much love, Flying Brian. Hope you have a good day. It seems like it's going to be a long day for me, as storms and power outages strike again, I guess. We will find out soon. On the next time. That's right, rated F8 for finally appropriate. Much love. Peace out. Remember, guys, stay savage. Keep on mining. Keep them watts up. Keep the hashes up and the watts down low. Don't keep your watts up, as bad news bears. We're in a bear market. Or are we? Peace.